Hey besties, it's Becky here with Bestie Becky's Crafts, and you know what today is? Today is time to craft, and today we are going to make a card. I am caught up on my swaps, and I'm in pretty good shape on my homemade Christmas gifts, so I thought I'd take some time out to show you how to make a card that you could make for Christmas, or actually any holiday, birthday, whatever. It's a super easy card, a lot of fun to make. It's not a new idea. It's not my idea. It came up on my feed on Pinterest and it looked really easy to make, so I thought I'd give it a try. I've made a few, and so I thought I'd share it with you. And this is one I made just for fun for Christmas, and it's pink and silver, which I think is so cute. Kind of into those colors this year for Christmas. I don't really know why. And I love this snowman die cut. Snowman, it's Santa. I think he's adorable, and I found him on Alice on AliExpress. So I'm not sure if I still have the link for it. If I do, I will put it below. But what I really like about this card is this part right here. It's like a little journal card that you pull out. Isn't that neat? So I've aligned it on the back, as you can see, and I put believe at the top, and then I have all this room down here to write Merry Christmas and all that good stuff, or I could stamp something on there. So that's kind of the neat thing about this card, I think. So let's go ahead and get started and make one. And the back side is just nothing real spectacular on this one, but you could dress it up as much as you like. So let's go ahead and get started. What you need is a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. And now I have glitter everywhere from that tool on that card. But you start with a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock, and this is black. And you are going to cut it in half. So you're going to cut it to a piece that's 6 inches by 12. And just like so. Easy enough, right? So now you have 2 pieces. I forgot my bone folder. And my scoring board. Not that you really need it. I don't know. It gives it a nice crease. So you're going to score it at 6 inches. Or like I said, you could just fold it in half. But I'm going to go ahead and score at 6 inches. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the second piece. Score at 6 inches. Alright. I'm going to put my board aside. Get my pieces here. And we are going to go ahead and fold them on the score line. Oh, is it going to be one of those videos where my brain and my mouth are not going to work together? This could be interesting. Alright, so I have scored and folded both sides. Now, we're going to glue them here together in the middle. So they'll fold like this. That's how they get the name Criss Cross Card, crossover card, whatever it's called. But you need to decide where you want your triangles to be. Like on this one, my triangles are at the bottom. You could do a triangle at the bottom and a triangle at the top, and just have them open. Maybe have a belly band across the middle to keep it closed. or you can do triangles at the bottom and just leave them unglued so that they aren't a pocket and they just open, and you decorate them, maybe put a belly band or a bow around it to keep them closed. So that's kind of the only big decision you need to make. I want them to have the triangle at the bottom, like the one I made. So to do that, you take your cutting board, and what I'm going to do is line up where that fold line is. Make sure I'm in screen here. You see that? And where my corner is at the bottom. Alright. Hold it tight. And cut. Now, I always push my blade in to the paper up here and cut up and cut back, because if you have a tendency to start right at that corner, sometimes it pushes your corner if your blade's not super sharp. So that's just what I do. Alright, so there I have one cut on the bottom, like so. Okay, so now I need to cut to get on the bottom here. So, to do that, I'm going to line up the corner there, and where that fold meets the top. Make sure it's straight. It can be a little challenging to keep it there. Alright, got it. And now we're going to cut. And since there's more paper over here, I could just go ahead and start my cut and go down. Now, of course, hold on to these pieces. You can use those for something else. Let's set my cutting board aside. And so now I have my two pieces, and they close together just like that. So, what do? We glue them together. So I'm just using my 3-in-1 glue. Happen to have it handy, and it's not wanting to come out, of course. Come on. Why are you being stubborn? I took the brand new bottle. Come on, you're not supposed to make me look bad. It must be plugged up. Oh. Just grab my other one. You better not be plugged up. I don't think you have to cut the top off of it, do you? No, because it came out, so no. Alright, anyway. Alright, so I'm going to put glue on one side. Doesn't matter which side. I think I do that little swirl. And you're going to place the pieces together. You know, and I picked black. And what is my cutting board that I'm working on? It's black. That was real smart. But the paper pad I'm going to use, love, and it's black and red, so you know, kind of it is what it is. Alright, so I'm lining up my pieces. Alright, now we're going to cover our pieces and make it all pretty. So to do that, we're going to figure out what size we need to cut our paper. So this is what I've picked to kind of cover everything, or at least the outside. So I know that my paper, it should be 6 inches if I measure it right. It should be 6 by 6. So there's 6. And this way is 6. So I want a 1/4 inch gap on each side. So I'm going to cut it at 5.5 by 5.5. So here's my cutting board. So there's 5.5, 5.5. And now for it to fit on my triangles, I'm just going to cut from corner to corner and it'll fit perfect. It's just a matter of picking out which corner to corner I want to cut to. So, and now because I don't have a big surface to kind of start cutting through, I put my blade down and I cut back and then I cut forward. Ta-da! I got my 2 pieces. Now, I know my back side is the same, 5.5 by 5.5. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece, 5.5 by 5.5 for that. I got my cutting board out. And for the inside, oh, I didn't think about my inside here. What should I cut for the inside? Ooh, I like this. Tag. It's a lumber tag. And I'm going to cut it the same. 5.5. By 5.5. And told you this was easy. Alright, let's get this cutting board out of the way. And now let's go ahead and cover our pieces. Now, if you wanted to, you could round your corners, do a decorative punch, whatever you want. But I'm just going to leave it square because all of the edges are square. So do my little swirl. And there's something funky going on with this glue bottle because it's got a rounded bottom, so it wobbles. Alright, so we're going to put it on and we're going to make it straight, make sure we get that 1/4 inch edge all the way around. Okay. And now we're going to take one of our triangles and put it over here. You're not going to decorate the inside of your triangles because you're not going to see them, as you saw on the other card. And line it up just like so. I don't know, I just like that black and red. I think it's pretty. And now we're going to do the other side. Maybe. Lay it on its side. And watch it leak out all over the place. Right? That's going to stick to me. Okay. Alright. Glue issues. Alright. Cute. I'll turn it over to the back and then glue the back piece on. Might look really cute. Because it's fun. Gotta have fun while you craft. Alright. Okay. So there's my back and my two sides, and now we're going to decorate the edge. And I have decided to use this. Now, you don't have to decorate your edge. You can if you want to. You can just leave it like it is. You can just glue the sides down and be done. You can use lace, you can use ribbon, you can use pearls, you can use whatever you can think of to decorate the edge if you want to do that. Now, if you're going to use something that's kind of thick, you're not going to want to go all the way down to the corner because then it won't glue shut. So you'll just want to go down part way so that it's covered by the other fold, but you're still able to get a nice seal on your card. So I'm going to use this as just to cover the trim on, or just to cover the edge on the side of my card, and I'm going to just cut a couple pieces at a 1/2 inch. I think that's just how wide I'm going to want them. And this paper is all from the same paper pack except for the black. The black was just cardstock I had on hand. And I'm going to need that again, so I'm just going to set that off to the side. Let me show you that paper pad real quick. It's this one. I don't know if it came out this year or last year from Michael's. It's called North Pole Gazette. Maybe it came out last year, I'm not sure. But it's got an advent calendar in it, kind of a thing. Or, yeah, is that what you call it? Which I thought was kind of fun. But I just think it's cute paper. Alright, so I knew my glue would start running out if I did that. Oh, really? Okay. So I'm just going to start adding, and do I want to go down and leave that black trim or go up? You know what, I think I'm going to leave the black trim because that's kind of cool. Alright, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run a bead. You see? Glue's coming out. Ornery glue. Run a bead along the edge of the paper. And place this down. Just like that. Of course, it's oozing out. Oh, I forgot scissors too. Oh my goodness. I think I need to be fired today. Yeah, let's make a video. Let's be really unprepared. Okay, so I just trimmed off the bottom there. And I'm going to trim it flush with the top over here. Like so. Alright, and then I'm going to pretend that, oh, my trim is going to, because there's a pattern, I don't know if you can see it, so I'm going to pretend that my trim goes around this way, and then it's going to go down this way. So it looks as if it's one continuous thing. And you're like, that's just crazy, woman. Who cares? No one's going to notice. I will. That's just how I am. Alright, so do the same thing. Okay. Just like so. And trim it. Maybe. Oh, really? I guess this is what I get for trying to do this later at night. And then I'm going to trim the edge again, just like I did before. Alright, now something I noticed when I did the pink one with the silver trim was because it's angled here, it's actually bigger than a ½ inch. It ended up, if you measured where the edge was over here, to 3/4 inch. So I had to cut that bigger. So, something to keep in mind. And which way did I fold it? I guess it doesn't matter, does it? Alright, so I'm going to measure my edge with my ruler to see how big it is. And, yep, it's 3/4 inch. And I'm going to double check on this side, and yep, it's the same. So, something to keep in mind if you're going to do it this way. So, I'm going to cut it at 3/4 inch, and then I'm finished with that paper. And remember, my paper has a pattern, so I'm going to make sure that it goes the same way. And this one I had a little more glue because it's a bigger piece, wider piece. And let me get close to the edge because I'm just going to trim it so that it meets pretty flush. Flush that side and flush that side. Alright, and then we trim again, just like so. Now, if you're doing like lace or pearls or something, you would just wrap it around and do it that way. When you use pearl or lace, you have to kind of fold it a little bit to make it so that it goes around the corner. It doesn't just go real nice and easy around the corner. So just kind of keep that in mind if you do it that way. Alright, so we have the outside pretty much done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue down my triangles. And I am going to go ahead and glue this one down first. So I can just run glue along this edge. And go over that a little bit. And just fold it over and make sure it lines up nice. And do the same for this side. Now, you can glue up a little bit if you'd like, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to run glue along the bottom just to give it a little extra security up on that side, because you can be pulling a card in and out. I told you that glue bottle's got a wonky bottom. I have one too, so. Okay. There we I'm just going to hold it for a second. And any glue that's kind of seeped out here, or if your edge isn't quite as straight as you want, you can always trim it. And I do have an eraser that will erase off the glue. I don't know what it's called. What is that eraser called? Here we go again. Of course, it doesn't want to come out. Where I film and actually craft are two different spots, so. But this is what it looks like, and it takes off the sticky part of the glue. If you get some overage, just be careful not to rub off your paper. But it's a cool little thing. Okay, so got that part done. Now let's make the card that goes inside. So this was in the paper pack, and I thought it was really cute, and it will work. It sticks out of the top a little bit. That's fine. I could trim it, but I think I might just take a little bit off, like a 1/4 inch, maybe. If I do a 1/2 inch. Now, let me do a 1/2 inch on each side. So you still have some. There we go. Alright. And it already fits in there nicely, so I don't have to worry about that. But I'm going to make the piece that goes around it. I need to cut that out, so I need to measure this, and measures 4 inches, so I'm going to cut it at 4.5 by 5.5, which should still fit. So 5.5 by 4.5. Cute. Alright, so I picked this for the back, because I like to cover the back. So I'm going to cut it. Hopefully it's at least 4.5. Yeah, oh yeah. So I'm going to cut it at 5.5 by 4.5. And it should fit right there in the back. I had a nice little sandwich. And before I glue the back to that, now I could round the edges if I wanted to, do like a bunch, whatever. I'm not going to, because everything to me is just so square. I don't know. I'm going to keep it that way. Other card, I didn't do that, but I just, you know, it's just kind of up to you what you feel like doing. Punches you have. Ready for the curly cue? This is fun. Okay. I'm going to glue it on. Make sure I get it centered. This is just cute paper. I just think it's cute. Okay. Now, before I glue this to this, I want to put a tab on my back piece. The reason I want to put a tab on is so the person receiving the card knows to pull this card out. So on this one I put 2 tabs, and I decorated the back where the tabs were to cover them because I put the piece in the, you know, I don't know, just felt like doing it, I guess. I don't know. It's pretty paper. Couldn't get enough. And I did use a decorative punch on the corners. It's just, I don't know, just the style of the card. But you want to put a tab of some sort so the person knows to pull this out. You can put a ribbon or 2 ribbons if you want to do that. It's just personal preference. I'm going to use the tab, and I had these tabs from Spellbinders, and I just decided I liked this one with the paper, and so I cut one out. So I will glue it to this first and then glue it to there. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue on my tab. You could use a punch, you know, to cut out a shape. You could use, you know, cut out your own. You could just use a circle. You could, I mean, all kinds of possibilities. You could put an eyelet through there and then some ribbon. Whatever you feel like. There's no right or wrong to it. I hope I got it centered. I think so. Alright, so now let's glue these 2 pieces together. Alright. Just like so. Slides on in there. Sticks up a little bit, which is fine. You can kind of see the Merry Christmas, which I'm okay with. It could be done, but it's too plain. Too plain for me. So, let's do a belly band, because I just think it needs a belly band. So, I'm not quite sure how big I want to make my belly band. Let's do an inch, and I'm going to do an inch and a half. I'm going to be daring. I'm going to do an inch and a half. This is what I picked for the base of my belly band. So I'm going to cut an inch and a half. And then for this piece, I do an inch and a half. If I do 3/4, let's do an inch. Let's be brave. Let's do an inch. See how that looks. Yeah. All right. So we know that, you're like, this woman's crazy. So we know it's 6 inches across there. That's how big the card is. And I want my belly band to have no seams on the front. And I know that because of when I folded it, there's a slight edge on both sides. That's not, I don't think that it quite meet completely in the center. So if I wanted to, I could have it meet in the front and make sure I cover in the front, but I want to do it the other way. So I know it's 6 inches, and I know that my belly band is 12 inches long. It better be 12 inches long. Yes. Alright, so to keep 6 inches here, 6 minus 12 is 6. So I need to score at 3 inches from each side. So let's try that and see if it works. If not, cut another piece and try again. So I'm going to score it 3 inches, and then I'm just going to go ahead and score it 9 inches. And let's see how that works. If it works. And I'm not going to use my bone folder because I don't need it to be super tight. And actually, it's, I need like an 1/8 of an inch more. What'd you say? Because if I do, yep, not a problem. Let's cut another one again. Didn't I do 1.5 inches? I did 1.5 inches. See, sometimes it's trial and error. And that piece will not go to waste. I will use it for something else. So, 1.5 inches. And it doesn't have to be perfect in the back. So, I am going to go 3 inches and then 9 1/8. Oh, let's try it again. Should work. Oh my god. It's perfect. And there's a little space in the back. I knew there would be. Haha, told you. So, let's do this piece that's going on top of the belly band the same. Let's score it at 3 inches and 9 1/8. Alright, I'm done with my scoreboard. Alright. Sorry I keep pulling up my sleeves. I should have taken my sweatshirt off. Okay. So, let's go ahead and take this belly band off. I'm going to line up my ends here and make sure. Nope. Yep. And I think I got it. Why does it not look right? Huh? 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 It's right. Should be right. There it is. Alright. Craziness. Craziness. Alright, so I want to glue my belly band on, but how far up do I want to go? Not too far. Alright. It is one of those non-slidable belly bands, right? Oh, stuck my finger in it. Alright. Come on, glue. And I am going to cover that space. You won't even know it's there. Okay. Make sure I didn't glue that down. Nope. Alright. Oop. My glue's coming out. Gosh. I just can't win with my glue today. Can I? Make sure I'm even. Looks good. Yep. Yeah, I should have looked in the back before I did that. That's okay. Because, like I said, you're not going to see it. Now, the reason I decided to do it this way is I cut out a scallop that I'm going to put over the back. And this is where I'm going to stamp handmade, oops, there we go, handmade whatever, by, oh jeez, all that good stuff by. Turn it around so I can see it here. Oh, Mr. Glue, where you go? Oh. I'm just kind of feeling like maybe I shouldn't have made a video today. Okay. I got glue everywhere. That's what happens when you have glue issues, right? Okay. So when that dries, I will erase it off. Alright, I'm putting the lid back on that guy because he's really annoying me. Alright. So, there's our belly band, our false belly band, because it doesn't move. We've got our journal card here in the middle. Alright, and I want to put this poinsettia on it. Isn't it huge? Oh, I think it's funny. Yeah, it's like I went to a master gardener to get my poinsettia. I don't know, I just wanted it full. And it's full. You will not miss that, that's for sure. And these are my leaves for it. Because aren't the poinsettia leaves actually part of the poinsettia? Well, I know they're part of the poinsettia. That's not what I mean. That they're actually part of the flower. So, anyway. So, I made my poinsettia with these dies, which I got from Alice. I did a video, a tutorial on how to make these last year, but I didn't make it quite this full. But to make it this full, I cut 3 big ones, 3 medium ones, and 2 small ones. And I am not going to use the centerpiece. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do instead of that. So, I have this part all put together except for one of the small pieces. I probably don't even need it, but I'm going to show you basically how I made it. So, after I cut out my poinsettia, I draw the veins of the leaves, because you know how the petals leaves of the poinsettia have the lines on it. So I'm just using an embossing tool, and I'm drawing little lines on there for leaves. I don't know if you can see that, or for veins for the petals or the leaves. Alright, so I do this on all of the petals, and I did it on all of these too. And I just use different size embossing tool for the different size petals. And you know, I didn't do my leaves. Well, you don't really see that much of the leaves. Okay, so there's that part. And then for the big petals, I used a pencil to kind of roll them to give them some texture. For the middle-sized leaves and the small ones, I just use a skewer that, you know, I use to cook with. Haha, yeah, right. I don't know that I've ever used bamboo skewers in my kitchen. I wouldn't know the first thing to do with them in the kitchen. Alright, so I've bent all my leaves, or curled them I should say, and then I use a bigger embossing tool, you can see that, to just kind of round the center. And then you're going to offset your leaves. So these are petals. Whatever these things are. You're going to offset them from the last one you did. And I'm using my handy dandy glue gun because I am too impatient to wait for it to dry the other way. Because if you use regular glue, it takes a while. So, and I just use my embossing tool to kind of hold it in place so I don't burn my fingers. And I'm going to put pearls in the center. I thought that would be cute. Something different. I hope they fit. This might be interesting. Alright. Well, I don't want my pearls, the holes, to be up. So I'm gonna hold them where the holes are. Put a dab of glue and pray that I don't burn myself. And that they'll all fit. And I'm glad you can't see me right now because I'm sticking my tongue out. Should we do that? Crafting. Your tongue sticks out. I don't know if that's supposed to help or not. Okay, now that I have glue everywhere, I'm going to pick off, I can pick off that spider web right there. That's what I call them, spider webs, without pulling off the, pearl, no, ugh, and the pearl's not sticking. Gosh darn it. See, that's what you get when you start messing with stuff. I don't want, oh, and it just tore my paper. Oh, gosh, you didn't see that. Oh. Alright, let's try this again. I don't think I can cover that up. Oh, I'm gonna have to color that. Shh! Don't tell whoever ends up getting this. I colored that. Oh, I'm really bummed about that. I could have maybe added and oh, I could fix it. Or I'll take out the last petal. Or add another petal. That's funny. Alright, so now I'm just adding the leaves. Man, I'm really bummed about that one. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Now, I'm going to put it off to the side. So, I like it when it does that. Bop. Bop. There we go. Alright. Except, don't look at that spot. Except for that, it looks pretty good. Might need some bling though. What do you think? I think it needs some bling. Checking my bling box here. Everybody have a bling box? Oops. I do. Let's put some bling up here. Let's give it some pizzazz. Alright. Should I put bling anywhere else? Could put some along here. I have a better idea. I have a better idea for that. I remember seeing a Merry Christmas on the Advent calendar part. Down here. Let's cut that off. I just feel like I got a big old mess here. This glue has me all flustered. One more petal. And just have a foot. You will never know. Never know. What if we do that? Ooh, I like that. That's cute. Okay. Use my tweezers. Like it's a tag, you know? There! Distracts from the missing color. Oh. You know what? I wonder if I could like just cut that leaf off and petal off and just glue one in there. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But there it is. Easy card. You can make it any size you wanted. You could make it 4 by 12, you know, 4 by 6, 3 by 9. Just adjust your score lines. And like I said, you could decorate it however you like. So let's bring my other one back again. So you can see. This one I just tied tulle around too with my Santa die. So, and I just did a paper bow with some foam. So that's cute. Alright, so these are a couple Christmas ones. Now, my mom always watches my videos, so my mom needs to turn off the video because I want to show you guys something and I don't want her to see it. So, Mom, turn off your camera, your laptop, whatever, so that you can't see this, because it would ruin your surprise. So, alright. Have you stopped it? You closed it? Alright. So, other ideas for this card. I made one for my mom. And it's not Christmassy. But I thought it was pretty. And I wanted to show you what this card can look like if you use lace and ribbon and pearls. And I used tulle to tie around to make a bow. I put a butterfly on here that matched the paper, and it's really made out of feathers, which is really cool. And then I don't have anything on the back side except the ribbon, lace, and pearls wrap around. And it's just a little tricky to do to get it to wrap around nicely, so just take your time, alright? And the pearls stop about right here so that it glues together nicely. I did use hot glue to glue it down because I have this extra stuff here and I wanted to make sure that it stayed glued and I didn't want to have to hold it forever until it stayed glued. So this is the tag part, and as you can see I used a ribbon on this one. I used a decorative die on the top, and actually I believe it's a die from here it is, Heartfelt Creations. What I like about their dies is they add an extra strip in there so that you can cut around it like that, so you can have paper, decorative paper behind the die part. I don't know if that makes sense. So I cut out this part, I added some pearls, and then here's the tag itself. I just added a strip across the top just for some decorations. I'm gonna either stamp something in here or write something in here for her. I'm not quite sure. The back I just covered with the same cardstock that I used for the card, and it's a really pretty cardstock. I don't know if you can tell. It's got a pearl finish to it, and I think she'll just love it because it's so feminine, and it's purple and it's peach or orange, her favorite color. And then I used just a corner die from the same die set and just cut it out, and then just kind of, I don't know if you can see, I just glued it so that it looks like it's down in there, but it's really not all the way in there because it's just a corner die. And then I added some pearls to that just to decorate the inside. So, excuse me, you can decorate the inside, you could put a word in here or do something like that too. So, here's just another idea. It's not Christmas. It's because I love you, and I think she will love it. I think it's very feminine, and as you saw, very easy to make. And just an example of just using ribbon and lace and pearls. So you can make it however much you want. So that's just an example of that. So I think she'll love it. I think she'll love it. So, okay, I'm going to put that aside. And hopefully she won't come back to the video. But if she does, this is what we made today. Super easy. And then this is just an example of one I made the other day. And I hope you give it a shot. And I hope if you make a poinsettia, it works out better for you. Oh, I'm fixing that like real quick. And I hope you have better luck with your glue too. Oh, frustration. Alright, that's it for today, ladies. Have a good one. Happy crafting, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.